Thank you. I was standing in the back, and I was like, I don't know what he's talking about. Um, but I wanted to start with a picture. And this picture actually was inspired by my conversation with Lisa yesterday. We were in the car riding over, and she said, "What do you do?" And I looked at her crazy kind of because I was like, "Why do you want to know what I do? I don't even know who you are. Like, we just met." And she's like, I just like knowing what people do. I'm curious. And so, I actually had to pause there because I don't usually think about what I do. I just do it. We're in the hustle and bustle of life. You just start moving. And she actually asked an innocent question. So I actually pulled out my iPhone, started showing pictures and everything. And the next thing you know, we were here. I could no longer share. But I brought this up because what Andre pointed out is that I'm a cardiovascular surgeon and my specialty is transplantation. So I get the opportunity to kind of sit at the intersection of life and death. The death part is when someone is meeting their demise and they or their family decides that they want to donate their heart or their lung. I'm the surgeon who performs the operation. That can be a lot of stress. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. That's a lot of stress to carry. But the bright side is that when I procure that heart, I can put it within the body of another person and give them another chance. It's called a gift of life. And so very few people are able to do that. So it's kind of cool when I think about it. Sure. But, I can't have those emotions when I'm in the operator. When I show up, I put my game face on. I'm a mechanic, pretty much. I mentioned that to Eric this morning. Like, my patients are usually prepped and straight. I don't see their face. I only see the incision. I take out the heart. A black heart looks like a white heart, looks like a Chinese heart. It's all the same. But when I leave and I learn about the patient's story, and I realize that I just did the recovery for a 13-year-old who got hit by a car, or a 40-year-old who snorted a line of cocaine and went and walked their dog, passed out. Those are two different stories, but neither of those individuals walked out of their door that morning expecting that they would not reach us. We all are hoping when this wraps up, we're going to go back home to our regular lives. But there may be someone here that does not happen to, unfortunately. And that's like a really sad reality, unfortunately, and I don't want to bring everybody down. But what I've been able to do to cope with that is to think about not necessarily the quantity of life, but the quality of life. And that's what actually kind of sparked my interest about YokoVillage. Because here you have a group of individuals who are celebrating the ethos of optimizing their quality of life.
Yes.
Right? And so when you have that frame of mind and when you start thinking about how can I optimize and how can I show up as my best self, you start thinking about how to be well as a lifestyle. So it was sort of that thinking that created a vision for me to say, hey, I think this is what you need to enhance all the great things that you already have here. And then through Laurent and Andre, I had the great fortune to meet two other extraordinary individuals who you'll meet shortly, who had the same vision. So now we'd like to share that with you. So next slide, please. We're going to start with a short video.
The YokoVillage Health and Wellness Clinic, where we are dedicated to providing specialized, patient-centered care that focuses on preventive and wellness interventions. At YokoVillage Health and Wellness Clinic, we believe that every individual is unique and deserves personalized care tailored to their specific needs. Our team of highly skilled healthcare professionals is committed to providing specialized care in a patient-centered environment. Through thorough assessments and detailed consultations, we gain a deep understanding of each individual's health history, concerns, and goals. This enables us to develop personalized treatment plans that address their specific needs and optimize their overall well-being. In addition to our naturopathic approaches and evidence-based treatments, we are proud to be at the forefront of integrating psilocybin-assisted and other alternative approach therapies into our practice. Under the guidance of trained professionals, these transformative interventions can help individuals address trauma, enhance self-awareness, and promote personal growth in a safe and controlled environment. We hope that you are now invigorated by the offerings of the new YokoVillage Health and Wellness Clinic. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact either Dr. Jabaris Swain, Dr. Carlo Reyes, or Dr. Arjan Reyes. Thank you and stay well. Yoko well.
Awesome. So that was just kind of, tongue in cheek, but really, I think some words that stood out for me are trauma, lifestyle, patient-centered, psilocybin. But overarching, the idea is to provide an opportunity for folks to feel well and to adopt it as a lifestyle. Next slide, please. So over the next couple of slides, I'm just going to walk you through the components of this. What we think is the differentiating factor here is that this isn't just an urgent care clinic. This isn't, a place where, you get a Band-Aid and then we send you on your way. But it's a comprehensive wellness facility that allows you not only to address acute injury, but also give alternate strategies to address chronic illness. Our mission overall is to promote the health and wellness in a high quality fashion. I think Jess had mentioned she's got some global health, and I have as well, working in Rwanda and Haiti, and then working in some of the most expensive hospitals in the US. And then I think when you hear Carlo and Arjun and their experience, we've had a really broad range of being able to take care of patients in a really austere environments and some of the most sophisticated environments. And I think from that expertise, we now understand that there's a common factor, the human factor, that needs to be taken into consideration. That's what we hope will be the distinction of this clinic. Next slide. Awesome. So this is us, me, Arjun, Carlo, the three amigos now. We met actually through serendipity, through email correspondence with Andre. And when we did our first Zoom call, it was like magic. Carlo shared his experience. It's like, you got to meet my brother, Arjun. And now, like, the chemistry between us sharing our vision and our goals, it's been like magic. And I don't even really believe in magic, but it's really been that way. The chemistry has been, really interesting. We're very different. I'm a heart surgeon. Carlo is an emergency medicine physician and an attorney. Arjun is a psychiatrist. But what we share in common is the commitment to excellence in patient care. And we like to emphasize that into this vision. Next slide. So we're looking to offer a wide variety of opportunities, from physical therapy, exercise therapy, massage and nutritional counseling, mental health services, as well as comprehensive urgent care. When I got here, I was told that there was someone had appendicitis a couple months ago or weeks ago and had to drive 4 hours. If you invest in a beautiful home and you like all these great exercises and have all these great opportunities, but when you fall ill unpredictably, you need to also feel safe in that way. So we want to enable that. But on top of that, there's just some of us who our day-to-day life becomes overbearing, stressful. And we want to be able to find a solution, but a sustainable solution. And as Jess pointed out, it's not necessarily a pill, it's not necessarily, going and smoking hookah, but it really is a lifestyle change. So what we want to do is serve as coaches to guide individuals through this experience and help them not only when they're here for retreats and wellness experiences, but even once they're discharged. And Carlo is going to explain how we're going to enable that capability. Next slide. So all of us are qualified. You've heard all of our credentials. If you Google us, we're all there. You see Harvard and Penn and all that sort of stuff. And it's so funny. I didn't really realize. I guess I'm at the cusp of generations, and I showed up at a interview. Actually, no, it was Jeffrey, somebody. Yes. And I was like, kind of being a little humble and modest about what I do. He was like, "No, I know who you are." And so you'll see all those great things, but I think what you won't see, what I hope will come through our presentation and also the execution of this vision, is that we really care about people. That's part of the reason that drew us here. And I think that's part of the reason why it was placed upon us to really visualize and encapsulate this vision. So we're hoping that, with your support, and, a lot of times when people say support, they think money. Money is always great, but, for us, I think your spirit and being present and spreading the word, this is something that we want to be international, not necessarily just confined exclusively to YokoVillage, but an experience where someone in the Netherlands or Ireland can say, "Hey, I'm going to Costa Rica to get my life together," and really have an opportunity to do that in a meaningful way and have coaches that will go along with them in this journey that we call life, even after they leave. And so, in addition to that, we understand giving back to the community. We talked about philanthropy and, really bringing forward what Costa Rica has to offer. Those are all sorts of opportunities, not only from a financial perspective, but really from a wellness perspective. There are some plants and herbs here in country that have amazing potential. Now, I'm not supposed to say that working at Johnson & Johnson, but it's true. And I think that there's an opportunity for us to share with the world an opportunity to cultivate and to get back to nature in a way that we don't typically do. Right now, if we had a headache, we take a Tylenol. But there may be a plant that we can now bring forward through our wellness clinic that we can begin to help heal people in a more natural way, still taking into consideration the orthodox way, but understanding that there are complementary medicines that can help. And then collaborations, I think, was really important, is that this be a sustainable opportunity. And I don't mean sustainable by just the materials that the building is made of, but sustainable in regards to the lifestyle, the culture, and being able for local Costa Ricans to really feel pride when they walk by the facility and say, "Oh, that's the Yoko Wellness Clinic." And to really say that we came here and became a part of the community as opposed to bulldozing down trees, built this beautiful building that access is limited to the 1% of folks that can fly in. We really want to create an opportunity where human beings can be influenced. And it may not necessarily happen here, but the idea is to create that ecosystem such that it can be scaled across the globe. Now, that's a big vision, but I think if we get it right here, there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of opportunity for individuals here to show their talents in that space. And so I'm going to pause here, and rather than take your questions at this moment, I'm going to turn it over to Carlo, who has some other exciting points that he'll raise, and then we'll take the questions then.